Hello Virgo, my wonderful LGBTQ community, my rainbow family. These are messages specifically for couples in the community. So I'm sorry, there won't be any messages for singles before anybody asks in the comments. I just haven't got time. As you can see, I've put 24 of these out. I just haven't got time, and honestly I haven't got the energy, and I don't think my voice will hold up to it at this moment in time. So I apologize. I will try to get a collective message out for singles, but unfortunately there won't be any of these. Now, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, maybe you're just dating somebody and trying to see where it goes, this is for you. So for the ladies, you've got the Empress and the High Priestess. For the gents among you, you've got the Emperor and the Hierophant. So wherever you are in the community, I'm fairly certain you can find a couple in there that will represent you, right? Now, with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So as part of this, there will be an offer that I put forward as well. Just a little something. So these are for your Valentine's Day messages and beyond, for the lovers among you. All right. For those of us that are single, well, that's that. All right, so for this, so the first triplet that I'm going to put out for you is the health of the relationship. You got the Chariot and the Tower, okay, and the Devil card. So Virgos, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I don't know who this person is, but if you are newly dating somebody, even if you're not newly dating somebody, this relationship is tumultuous. It has a lot of highs, a lot of lows. And quite frankly, whether this is that you guys are not good for each other or you bring out the worst in each other, that is quite possible. I'm really sorry to say, and I know that these aren't the easiest of cards, but what I will say is, it's good to be able to bring the mischief out of your partner, and it's good to, make them a bit more adventurous and all the rest of it, because our partners challenge and change us just by the very nature of relationship, right? That's a good thing. However, the Chariot card says slow down because you might hit the Tower. The Tower is already there, so this kind of suggests that maybe there's a collision course of some sort that's unfolding. And with the Devil card here, whether this is your addictive habits, patterns, or tendencies, or their addictive habits, patterns, and tendencies, this is likely to start to unfold in some way. And so I want you to really keep an eye on this. I wish I could have given you a lighter message, but with these cards, it's potentially more tumultuous than maybe you are sort of being open and honest about. And, the traits or the energies that you incite or bring out of each other may not necessarily be the healthiest. So this is something that I want you to be really honest with yourself about. For the blessings of the relationship, you've got the Nine of Wands, the Judgment card, okay, that's interesting, and the Sun card, right? So what this tells me is the blessing of this relationship, this kind of lightens the tone, thank the heavens, right? Because this suggests that the blessing of this relationship is that you are helping each other through some kind of negative pattern or behavior. And it also represents the fact that one of you at least represents the light for the other person. However, that can't, that's effectively a trauma bond. So you do need to kind of find a way to navigate this where it's, not just that one of you's playing the savior, because as soon as one of you, as soon as the person that's doing that gets tired, gets worn down, maybe, one day just snaps or whatever, it's not going to be, that same dynamic. There is shift going on, right? And the fact that you're creating a safe space in order for one of you to really shift and change is beautiful, but it needs to be built on more than that. Your sign is the sign of service, and so your relationship house is the number, is Pisces. So what this can sometimes look like is that you really over self-sacrifice yourself in relationships. while there is light at the end of the tunnel, because you've got the sun card here and it falls on the devil card, which means that whatever these negative habits, patterns or addictions or tendencies are, you are working with them and through them. And because you've got the judgment card with the 9 of Wands, this is some kind of PTSD. This is whatever this habit or pattern is, it really has been a coping mechanism, but now it needs to shift, right? It can't just be that. For your lessons, you've got the 8 of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles, okay, and the Ace of Wands. So 2 aces can represent trickery, but it can also represent a shift point or a change. Now, with the 8 of Wands here, in terms of the lesson, this is really about honest and open communication. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's about really considering, you know, who, like, is one of you carrying the other financially? And if that is the case, how long can that happen before resentment kicks in? You've got this then with the Ace of Wands. Nothing wrong with a good time. Nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. Nothing wrong with a little bit of indulgence here and there, right? You know, if that's going out with friends and having some drinks and dancing, if it's, you know, more sex than usual, like whatever it is. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, absolutely not. Do go out there, but there comes a point where too much fun just ends up depleting your, you know, your body, your senses, your money. And so I want you to think long and hard about this. And if there are suggestions about changing the location or shifting the lifestyle to be more accommodating for things that are not as wholesome, this might be something that you really do need to look at, because the feeling that I get from this is what you want isn't necessarily being fulfilled. Yes, you might be enjoying yourself, but what your true desire is from a relationship and what it can give back to you may not be as present as you are being honest with yourself to admit. For the future of the relationship, you've got the 3 of Cups. That's beautiful, because it suggests that there's a real friendship in it for you. You've got the 4 of Cups, but you need to acknowledge your feelings around the matter, and you've got the Strength card, which does to me, like, this reading suggests that maybe the relationship doesn't go where you would like it to, but you could be really good as friends or as a support network for each other. Only you can decide what that's actually going to look like in the long term. I'm just calling it as I see it, and this is kind of how I see it. Now, when it comes to your central theme, but before we get into that, the offer is my Lovers card, my Lovers video spread, Lovers video reading spread that I used to do. I'm bringing it back for Valentine's Day, so you can get a love reading. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, maybe just dating and you want to see where it's going, it's a lot deeper than this. Remember, this is a collective reading, so it goes into a whole, and it's a totally different format and all the rest of it. So if you're interested and you want to get that, there's a link in the description box below. So you've got the Tower and the Judgment card. This is the end of an era. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, which suggests that the theme is, over the course of this next year, you are going to really start to understand your emotional needs. And if those are not being met or catered for, it's possible that the relationship will, you know, it will come to a space where you need to say, okay, this is not working, or it's not, you know, feeding me in the way that I'm feeding into it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. If you want to get your personal lover spread, you know what to do. Link in the description. Take care, and I'll see you soon.